And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus saith unto him, They have no wine. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. John 2:1-4. My friend, listen now as the gospel reveals not a scene of 2,000 years ago, but the very moment your own word is born. The wedding at Cana is the surface drama. A lack of wine, a whispered request, a seeming refusal. Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. Yet behind each syllable lies the invisible power arranging worlds within your imagination. The mother of Jesus stands for your awakened desire, that inner part of you which perceives the lack and brings it to the only one who can transform substance. Jesus is neither distant man nor far-off God, but your own creative word, the Hebrew dabar, shaping reality as you speak, think, and feel. At first he delays, My hour is not yet come, teaching you that the timing of your fulfillment lives in communion, not in haste. Here is your key. Arrange the sentence of your desire until it lives as a present fact in your mind's eye. Silence the outer voices, shut the eyes of sense, and affirm, It is done. This simple act of faith sends your word forth. It cannot return void. Though you cannot yet see the vintage, the invisible has begun to flow. The world responds. Strangers become channels, events conspire, and before long the water of your need is changed into the richest wine of fulfillment. Thus the marriage at Cana is your own soul's wedding to God's promise. You, the bridegroom and the bride, bring forth from vessels of common thoughts the sacred wine of your new state. Trust that inner word. Wait in silence. When you hear the echo, It is done, drink deeply of your own creation. In that hour your faith will stand revealed, and you will know that all invisible things are clearly seen by the things that you have made. Imagine the wedding feast at Cana as a living map of your own consciousness, where the sights and sounds of celebration reflect your everyday sensory world. Then comes the steward's quiet declaration, They have no wine, and you feel the subtle tug of lack, the moment you discern a gap between what you desire and what appears before you. At that very turning point, you draw inward, shifting from asking the world to meet your need to claiming the certainty that rests deep within your own being, just as Mary turned her gaze toward her son. In the silence that follows, you hear the words, My hour is not yet come. A sacred pause inviting you to trust divine timing rather than force a premature outcome. In this unfolding from outer awareness, through the perception of lack, into the inner claim, and finally the divine delay, you discover how consciousness moves you toward the full expression of your creative power. Begin by gently acknowledging any sense of lack when you perceive no wine in your experience, for it is this very recognition that sparks the creative tension within you. As you hold that tension, you deliberately imagine the solution. In exactly the same way you order words in a sentence, your mind arranges the possibilities that bring your desire into form. While this inner arrangement takes shape, you learn to wait faithfully, embracing the unseen as if it were already visible. Just as the declaration, My hour is not yet come, teaches steadfast trust in the promise yet to be fulfilled. Finally, when the inner word is spoken with conviction, it cannot return void. The external world must align itself to reflect the reality you have so clearly conceived. This passage reveals that the same power that turned water into wine is your own creative imagination, your ability to commune with yourself, craft a clear mental statement of fulfillment, and trust it utterly. In that moment of trust, the divine hour arrives. Begin by gently becoming aware of any sense of lack in your life, naming it clearly within your mind. Allow the outer mind to settle into a peaceful stillness, and in that space, form a concise, affirmative sentence in your imagination, perhaps something like, My business flows with abundance. Once this thought is firmly in place, ask yourself, Is it done? And listen for the inner reply, Yes, it is done. As that answer resonates, release all concern over how or when it will manifest, holding instead the feeling of fulfillment as if it were already real. Keep your awareness open for the people, events, and ideas that begin to mirror the decree you have issued within. By practicing this pattern, recognizing the lack, envisioning its closure, trusting in its unseen completion, and observing the proof, you activate the same principle that saved the wedding feast long ago. In doing so, you claim your role as the conscious source of your world, discovering that the living word you speak within unfailingly brings forth its evidence without.